What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Okay. Brought that jet in for a crash landing.
Welcome in, one and all.
I mean, it was pretty
Thank
incredible.
you, Jason.
You went in and out of like being in time.
Thank you.
But you just
Yeah.
There are certain
you
kind
walked
of
that line.
phonetic sounds that I avoid at all times during a scat.
Okay, being
But like a foo-fa or something, like he hits.
Did he hit a foo-fa?
Oh,
He hits some of the phonetic sounds that I am not familiar with in a scat, and I just think it's courageous.
Yeah, it's like real
Hoo-ha,
jazz.
dee-da, boop,
This
ba,
is
ba-dee-giddy-boo.
I don't stay on the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it means to me is right. And so it doesn't matter if you liked it. That was my truth.
It is.
This was
It is.
power.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
power
okay.
scat.
Okay.
A power scat.
A power scat's what everyone just experienced. You're welcome.
You really went for a ride there, Bumpy Landing.
Yeah.
Spitballers episode 201. Thank you for tuning in to the incredible episode 200 put together by Al
Oh, my
Borland himself.
goodness.
And very well received. I mean, we didn't know it was going to happen, so we had a blast discovering some new segments that may stick around.
Yes, some very fun games we played, and then the people at the end of the show with some really kind words.
Yeah, it was awesome. And today we have Would You Rather, Is This Real Life, and a draft of chocolate-based products. So stay tuned for that. You can find the show on Twitter at SpitballersPod, Instagram.com/SpitballersPod, and the community at SpitballersPod.com. Let's go.
Would you rather?
Teresa from Patreon. Would you rather be the world's greatest martial artist?
Hmm.
So on Earth, the greatest. Or the galaxy's worst Jedi?
I like this question.
What's funny is I want to know right out of the gate what you picture immediately in your mind when you think of the galaxy's worst Jedi. Because for me, it is somebody that is a Jedi that is super clumsy.
Yep,
It's-
exactly.
Dropping the lightsaber.
It's like Jar Jar has a lightsaber. Jar Jar Binks.
You are
It's me.
you're accidentally force moving things all over. Like, you know how like you can run into a table, knock something off.
Yeah.
Now you're just
Ooh.
expanded 100-fold. Things can fall all around you. Like, dang it! I dropped that chandelier over there.
Very classic Jedi situation.
Right.
But
In a ballroom.
yeah, tons the Star Wars galaxy known for its chandeliers. But I do have a lightsaber, correct?
Oh, of
Well,
course, you're a Jedi.
You're a Jedi, yeah.
I mean, like someone's gonna have to try and talk me into this world's greatest martial artist. What
Like,
comes with that?
You've probably, as this clumsy Jedi, you probably have severed a couple fingers.
As long as they're not mine.
No,
it's
your own.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
The greatest martial artist, you're just revered as the greatest on Earth, and no one can beat you up.
Well, that's what. See, that was what was exciting to me.
But you don't have a lightsaber.
About this first part is like, if I'm the greatest martial artist on the world, like this isn't like, oh, I'm looked at that way. This is I am.
Okay.
I am the best. So I'm in the UFC. Ain't nobody could beat me.
That's the pinnacle for you?
Well, sure. Absolutely. I mean,
I'm taking-
How are you against chandeliers?
well, I mean, isn't that the what would be the pinnacle of?
You're a movie star, too.
Well, sure. Give it
The
give it
greatest
all-
martial artist has to be a movie star. And they also have to just be, I don't know, you just beat everybody up.
Yeah, you're not afraid of nothing.
But you're not, I mean, if
Would you use those powers in everyday life? Like, would you get out of bed and do like a triple kick on your way to the...
what, like the light switch?
Well, more
Yeah,
just
I'm
like,
not turning the light switch on with my hand.
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, would you, on the way to the bathroom, are you doing a front flip just on the way?
If I could do a front flip, I think I'd do it every room.
I mean,
Just-
off the
Like just
bed?
in life, if I could easily I know I could do a front flip anytime I want. I'm guessing every 4 or 5 steps it's got to be a front
Yeah,
flip.
do they make houses that are more conducive for ninjas, like to jump around to things?
I'm sure you could do that. You're the world's greatest martial artist. They would. You can go to your contractor and say, "You make this, or else."
Yeah, I feel like you need a lot of, like, I don't know, roofs to jump between or something.
Think about the monetary implications here, okay?
Okay.
Obviously, if you are the world's greatest martial artist, you can win in competition and have giant purses from massive pay-per-view buys. Or movie star. You are renowned and revered. The monetary is clear. Now,
Right.
on the other side,
The Jedi
how
side.
could a Jedi side, are you just, is there any way to get financial gain by this?
Of course.
What? A Jedi would never take financial gain. How dare
Look,
you?
a Jedi could.
I'm a bad
You're a
Jedi.
Sith,
Here's the
then.
world's worst Jedi. I just figured it out. It is not a clumsy Jedi. It is a really petty, gone bad Jedi that just pickpockets people with the Force and spends it on drugs.
No,
Okay.
okay. I was
Okay.
as you started talking, I realized we might just be talking about Vader here. Like the world's worst Jedi might just be Darth Vader,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, they go
but-
bad.
'Cause, like, so world's martial artist, but at least if you're the worst in the galaxy, that implies that I'm traveling through space.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some other benefits.
That's good.
that would
Okay,
be pretty cool.
this
I'm
question-
gonna go Jedi.
I think the question comes down to the real truth, and the heart of this question is who wins in a fight.
the Jedi.
You think?
Yes.
Actually, I was thinking this. I was thinking about that question a little differently, where I'm stuck in a fight and I need to go get somebody to help me. Am I choosing the world's worst Jedi or the world's best martial artist
You're
to help
choosing
me?
the best martial
No,
artist.
you aren't. You're choosing the person with the laser sword.
Probably the laser
Wait,
sword.
so you're just gonna murder these fools?
What? What? You were just talking about how you could beat anybody up.
Beat him, but that's different. They get up and they walk away.
You're
Just 20
trying to
seconds
keep
later,
your enemies alive
you're
here?
cutting them in half.
What are you? You're over. So you're the Batman method of I'm not actually. I'm just knocking people out.
That's right.
I'm just
That's right.
dropped them off a roof, but
Man
they're
of
fine.
principles over here.
Is that how you fight your wars?
No guns.
All right, I'm Jedi.
He's sleepy.
Jedi final answer, Mike.
It's the Jedi. It's so
Jason.
easy.
It's the Jedi.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Laser sword.
Skylar from, oh, by the way, I watched that Adam Project movie on Netflix finally with the family. Have you seen that one? Ryan Reynolds? Jason's
Oh yes,
Googling
yes,
it.
I have. I have.
Where is the younger version of himself. That weapon he has in there that's very close to a,
Yeah.
Oh, we got a laser sword
it's
situation.
very, yes, it's nice. It's a nice weapon.
Does
Well-
it go?
Sort of.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little. And it.
Like, does it retract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's basically a.
It's got a lot of metal worked into it, but it's nice. It's like
Yeah.
a laser staff.
It's pretty neat. Now, getting back to this world's worst Jedi bit,
Oh, no. We're back?
what happens when you try to use like the mind? You know what I mean? Like, you will not remember this.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you wave your
Okay.
hand.
Okay.
Does that like sear the memory into
You
the person?
probably
Like,
say it wrong on accident.
You will remember this.
oh, no.
Oh, dadgummit.
Skylar from Twitter, would you rather be able to instantly cook any food to perfection or be able to change what food is the moment it hits your stomach? So when
Okay.
food hits your stomach, it can become
So
vegetables
the
or
burger
healthy
is
food.
now carrots or whatever.
I mean, it's got to be that, right?
It's that over all things.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me just walk you through this.
Okay.
You're sitting on the couch, and
Yeah.
they're sitting at the couch late at night.
Just snapdragons and then right there.
I mean, you just snap your fingers, and
Filet
you've got
mignon.
a filet mignon,
Ooh.
perfectly cooked
That
to
sounds,
order.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
And when it hits your stomach, it's a filet mignon, perfectly cooked to order.
That sounds less nice. I will happily wait for the delivery person to arrive at my house and give me a delicious, albeit slightly later, meal that once it hits my stomach is grilled chicken and vegetables with no butter. I mean, we're talking pure health. I'm going to be the healthiest man alive, and I'm doing that via drive-thrus and delivery services.
Is this an automatic thing, or do I have to remember and time it right while the food is going into my stomach, and I have to like
No, you've
make
got
a
it's
command?
like an automatic. It's like when Batman goes down the fire pole and he
Okay.
becomes Batman at the bottom.
Right.
When the food goes down the
so
fire pole,
like the esophagus turns it into
it turns it into that on the way down. Now,
Right.
it is a funny thought to be like, oh, I'm just going to stop by the Jack in the Box for some like broccoli and grilled chicken on the way home, because you're not getting that.
No.
But that's what you're getting.
What am I getting? I'll tell you. Tacos, curly fries, sourdough jack, and everything on the late night menu. And man, am I healthy. Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Are you still
I'm really
doing the,
giddy right now at the prospect of
Get
this.
the scientists on this.
Did you you still doing the backup DoorDash?
Oh, yeah, you got to have a backup plan.
What's the backup DoorDash?
Well, it's just like you order one, and then
What if it doesn't happen?
what if it doesn't show up? He
Oh.
orders
It
the
takes
second
too
one from another
long?
place.
Yeah, you just got to be prepared.
Just
And
in
how
case.
often is the backup DoorDash being placed?
Oh, it's every time. I mean, because
How are you not broke?
no, this is not real.
It's
That's-
more of a, I'm
oh,
making a joke.
that's
but
joke.
I do 100% of the time when I order food from a Postmates, DoorDash,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, I order one extra of a main course every time,
a main course,
whatever the
Interesting.
case may be.
just in case something doesn't show up. Now you're okay.
And it has come through clutch so many times where one item from the order doesn't show up, and there's a backup meal. I mean, because what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah,
You throw it
yeah.
into the fridge,
The worst that could
and
happen
you got another meal.
is the best that happens.
Yeah,
Which is I get one more meal than I should have right now for dinner.
which is really the pinnacle of life.
Right. So long as that could change to broccoli in my stomach.
I think I have to go with that one. Eating something that's delicious. If I eat ice cream every night and it ends up healthy for me, come on.
Yeah.
What if this happened? What would we eat? What would people?
Would we become tired of the stuff that
Jason, would your diet change?
Oh yes, it would.
It would get worse?
Dude, I could go so much worse than I am. I could.
I'm
like,
a man with restraint.
I could eat so much worse than I do. I mean,
well, you could actually eat more quantity then, because
Yes.
it would not
No,
add
because your stomach would still be full, though.
yes, but you wouldn't be the fat content in the
Right.
meals would be eliminated.
if I fill my stomach
Yeah, if he eats
with
broccoli all day long.
broccoli and cauliflower and
Broccoli
apples,
farts, man.
Well, yeah, you would get the farts of the food it's
that's
converted
fair.
into.
That's in the stomach. That's
And
fair. I
all-
will live with that.
And all the BMs.
That's
What
healthy.
if-
I'm happy to do it.
What
the
if-
donut farts aren't much better, Mike.
What if
You
this
have a
was
problem
converted?
with donut farts?
What if this was changed over to you could cook any food to perfection? And let's give you even more power here. You can cook any food to perfection and it just shows up in front of you. Or every food gets changed into broccoli on the way down. Just broccoli.
Okay.
I wonder if that could be seriously unhealthy. Like, if you only ate broccoli and nothing
Right.
else forever the rest of your life, assuming you can't take supplements and other vitamins and
Yeah,
whatever.
that would be bad for you.
Yeah, it's funny to think like that would be probably really unhealthy. So I'm going to need my donuts back.
I need protein.
Yeah.
All right.
Like donuts.
Ant-Man from the webs. Well, bacon on the top of the donut. There's some protein.
Oh.
Ant-Man from the website. Would you rather be bored all the time or too busy all the time?
Oh,
Wow,
man.
this is
Oh, Ant-Man.
quite the you've chosen the right show to ask this question, because I think you have
This is too deep.
two different people. At least two different people on this show that would choose a different answer.
Well, I have been both of these in my lifetime. Like early 20s, my entire dream and life goals were simply to do as little as possible.
Did you accomplish that?
Yes, there were many years it was like work enough to pay the bills and then just be very lazy. And it's a good run. There's a while there where you're very happy and content with it, but it does grow old quickly.
Well, the problem here, and I know where Andy's going. He's assuming that I'd rather be bored all the time than too busy. Andy would rather be too busy than bored all the time.
It's genuinely the opposite.
Oh, interesting.
I was actually thinking the actual opposite.
Well,
I'm always trying to carve stuff out of my life to have more margin. I always feel like you have a lot going on, which means that you must like having a lot going on.
Well, then you are right because
that's the pick. That's the one you would pick.
Yeah, I love doing nothing. Like when I get those times to relax and like I don't have anything going on, I cherish those. But the question is, would you rather be bored all the time? In those moments, those relaxing reprieves from busyness, I'm not bored. But
Right.
like everybody, I can get bored. And if I'm bored, it's the worst. So I feel like at that point, if I'm busy all the time, I'm at least filling my life with activities and things that hopefully make an impact on life, humanity,
that matter.
the world. Yeah, so I think I would rather be too busy all the time, even though I hate that. I mean, you got to pick one.
So you find an inherent, an implicit value in busyness.
Yes, I hope so. I mean, you can. It just depends on what you're filling your time with. You can fill it with too many kids' birthday parties, and then oh man,
yeah. How about half and half?
Well, that's it's not. Would you rather? Would you like to have a well-balanced life?
Meal? Mike,
not
which one? Because both, like, I think the truth is both. You pay the price for both.
So
boredom is.
If I'm bored,
is rough.
That's saying like, I can't. Nothing is drawing my interest.
You're just puddling around the house, going like, I have nothing to do.
Have you ever been so bored that you just like do laps in your house?
I would say yes, except for I do the laps in the backyard.
Okay.
I'll do the cursory walk around the backyard. I've got nothing to do. And you know what? I end up finding some like drip line leaks or something. I find something out there.
Yeah, that's valuable.
I have so I hate walking, as you know. But I have done the meander from room to room.
Oh.
Yes,
like where you're just like,
are you looking for something to do, or are you just
I'm
looking around?
I'm waiting for something to find me.
Right.
Usually is I walk into my bedroom, I wait a second, nothing's speaking to me.
How far in do you go?
Oh, I'll go all the way.
You're looking for food?
Make it over to the bed. No food in here. So I walk back out of the room, head towards the kitchen. Not there yet. I'm in the living room, and I go,
I wonder if there's food in here.
I don't see anything on the couch to eat. So keep walking, and then lo and behold, I find that delicious kitchen.
Sometimes I'll do the meandering to find something to do, but my bar is real low. So like I'll walk around the backyard. I'll be like, oh, that tree needs to be trimmed. Oh, I need a ladder. I forget that.
Oh yeah, if you find another step, it's out.
And one more step, and it's no thank you. But if I can pull it off while I'm there,
yes,
I'll twist that knob. I'll tighten that thing if I'm there.
If you're there, but you find the step that stops you from doing it, and you move somewhere, you're like, oh, I'm so bored.
That's
if
right.
only there was something to do.
That ladder's all the way in the garage.
Well, let me tell you how to solve that problem. What you need to find is not things where it's like, oh, there's a step or two to get it done. It's I need something I don't have to do this task.
Ooh, 'cause then you get to
then
shop.
you just get to go shopping. And then it's like, well, it's going to be days before that gets here, so got to look for something else.
Josiah from Patreon, would you rather string your opponent along for an entire fight or crush them from the beginning?
Ooh,
so I want you to think about this one in regards to this is like kind of your mortal enemy, and you have an anticipated fight. What is the bigger dunk? Is it big? Is it a bigger dunk to crush them from the beginning, or is it to string them along and then finish them at the end?
I think I know the clear, true, right answer in this, but because I'm so clear on this, I want to hear your guys' thoughts before.
So to me, this is Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson.
Sure.
Which,
okay.
Like, you have, which I'm not an Ali buff, but I'm just thinking of the one fight where he was, he's backed up against the ropes, dodging all the punches, and then does the hip wiggle in your face, and so where then rope-a-dope came from that fight and everything. Or you have the Mike Tyson 30-second fight because he just overpowers you with one punch.
Good night.
Yes.
You kind of provoke different attitudes from your opponent in these. One is humiliation if you crush them from the beginning. One of them is desperation if you're stringing them along and they're just waiting to get, beat up. Is it
as long it has to be such a good string your opponent along that by the end they completely understand and everyone watching the fight knows what just happened. It wasn't it was an even
you played
fight
with your
and then
food. You played with your
exactly.
food. Yeah.
It was, oh wait, oh, this is not actually a close fight.
Just knock me out already.
The other fighter is keeping it going.
Exactly right. Now, when it says
is that the one you're going with?
100%.
Interesting. I thought you would have been a crush from the beginning,
so
guy.
Here's why. I have at times in my life been a huge UFC fan. You know, a diehard guy in the past.
I figured that out when you called them purses.
Well,
I would have said like fight money.
Okay, fight. No, I wasn't talking about them. I was talking about a giant purse.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Is that what they give away to the winners?
Huge Louis Vuitton.
Like a Dolce.
Yeah. But the reality is when you have these matches and there's bad blood and these guys just hate each other and they're wanting to show the other one. When I'm not thinking about it from my perspective, I'm thinking about it from the loser's perspective. If I get clipped in a fight and I go 9-9, I feel like that was a lucky shot.
Yeah.
That was I want that fight again. You got lucky. You put me out, but I don't believe you're better than me. But in those fights where it goes 5 rounds and the other guy just I can't hit him. I can't get to him and he takes me down and he beats me up, and at the end of that fight when you're watching as a viewer, you're like,
he annihilated him.
That guy can't possibly hang with him, and there's no doubt for the future of all eternity who's your daddy. It's the one that just toyed with you in there.
And Al makes a good point, and Al and I, we have great experience with this. But when you toy with your opponent, you can taunt. You can taunt for a really long time, and taunting is fun.
Oh, man. A lot of smack talk in that ring.
And in the pickleball court as well. All right.
Which is, you know, when you think about
the ring,
very similar,
similar type
competition to Ultimate Fighting.
Thank you.
Pickleball. Could they not have gotten more, a stronger name?
Probably not.
What's a stronger name? Tennis or pickleball?
Tennis is a stronger name.
Yeah, because it doesn't.
But it's
have
also
pickle in it.
slightly more boring. It's more boring.
The name is more.
The
boring.
name is more boring,
Okay.
even though it's doesn't have as many words like pickle in it.
Like if it was Powerball
or paddleball.
What if
it was just paddleball?
Yeah.
Paddle smash.
There we
okay.
go.
Smash ball.
Smash ball.
Oh.
Yeah. Ouch.
Whiffle snapper.
Oh, no, that's
No?
old people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is pickleball, so that works.
Moving on. Hey, Spitwads, let's talk about Christmas time. Look, it's hard to find gifts for people, but the feeling when you find that perfect gift, it's amazing. There's nothing quite like that feeling, and no gift fits more perfectly, literally, than an Indochino suit. They're made to measure and totally customizable with endless options. You can choose your own cut, fabric, lining. I made one of these, and I've got like a space galaxy inner lining, and you can go on there, create that suit of your dreams, create it at an affordable price, and you can give an Indochino gift card to somebody to go make their perfect fit using the code BALLERS at Indochino.com. You get 10% off of any purchase of $3.99 or more. Like I said, we had a wedding with someone here in the company. I got to wear my Indochino suit. It fit perfectly because it's made exactly to your measurement profile, and you can set that up in less than 10 minutes on their website. It's super easy. It's a perfect gift, so you can give that perfect gift with Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use the code BALLERS to get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more. That's 10% off at Indochino.com with the code BALLERS.
Is this real life?
Okay, we are moving on to Is This Real Life, where each of us have chosen a real-life story that we have discovered in the world, really happening, and we're going to share it with each other today. And I'm going to go last. I'm going to say that out the gate.
Okay.
Because my story has the potential to redeem whatever humanity you want to bring to the surface.
I like that.
So I'm going to try to do that at the end.
Is yours like a silly or just an
Yeah,
incredible?
I'll just kick it off.
Go ahead.
Mine's not incredible. It's kind of ridiculous.
Okay,
and
good way to
it can
start.
get us into some conversations on maybe our telephone life. Our
telephone
life. Here it is. The title of this.
Operator,
Hiker.
please connect me to the mayor.
Okay, here it is. Hiker lost for 24 hours.
Okay.
Ignored calls from rescuers because of unknown number.
Come on. Come on.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good conversation for this offer.
That is incredible.
That's, I mean,
You're just adding fuel to Al Borland's fire.
this hiker was on a mountain in Colorado. He was on the tallest peak of this mountain and was lost for 24 hours.
Oh, I'm trying to think of why he would have done this. Is it battery conservation?
No, the reason is because it was an unknown number.
I mean, the reason you didn't answer it.
But they were lost.
My question when I first saw this headline was more, what? Your phone works.
Yeah.
Call somebody. you just phone a friend.
Does he expect it to say rescuers on it?
I mean,
Helicopter calling.
Yeah, and so in our presence here, we have a lot of different telephone operations, as I refer to it. So I am one where if I don't know the phone number calling me, I will only answer it in one situation, and that is I have something going on. I know something's being delivered.
The plumber's coming later in the afternoon.
Exactly. Outside of that situation, that number calls and I don't have it in my phone, I will never answer it. You can leave me a voicemail, and then I will maybe check that voicemail someday. Whereas, Andy,
yes,
I feel like we could be in the middle of the most heated any game of anything, and if the phone rings, he's answering it. And I thought that Andy was the most answer your phone guy on the planet.
No,
you're not.
No, I'm not.
Owl Borland. Now, Spitwads, you probably have a cell phone, and every now and then it might say something like spam
Potential
call,
spam.
potential spam. Nobody answers that, right?
No, because if it's identified as potential spam, it is not potentially spam. It's spam.
And Owl Borland answers that phone. He answers
Every
everything.
time.
Which begs the question, have you ever had a potential spam not be spam?
Not yet.
Any day now.
One of these.
The algos can get stuff wrong too.
Just
Proven by not your history.
I am the more extreme version of Jason, where I have
You're a nothing.
I have the option turned on that says if I don't know this phone number,
Ooh.
you send it right to voicemail.
I thought you were going to be the more extreme version of me, where it's like, I see you
How
are
can
in
you-
my
how
phone.
can you
I
live
still
in that-
don't answer it.
How can you live in that world?
Because if it's important, they will leave a voicemail.
But what if it's urgent?
Maybe they'll call back a second time. I don't know. They'll leave a
So
voicemail.
Does it call?
I've
It
never-
rings through if they do
But
it
like,
twice?
I'm just thinking, like, I mean, I answer on a regular basis, probably, I feel like 10 to 15 calls a week that are not names that I have in my book, but are things that are important. Somebody's calling from, like I said, the example of a plumber or a contractor, or somebody's calling me for a doctor's office or something.
I believe
I don't put the doctor in my.
I believe that the phone is smart enough that, like, if you have talked to that number, it will ring.
Interesting.
But otherwise, I don't
You
care.
really don't like talking to people.
No, and I don't like people. I don't like talking to people who I didn't want to speak to them in the first place, and they're just calling me for whatever garbage reason.
Now, can I ask this question?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the pure hang up? If let's say the person on the other line says, Jason, ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Bob, and I'm calling from the car dealership down the street.
We got to pause. Did you have a delay at all, or were you?
No, I'm a person.
Okay, so
I'm not a robot.
Well,
everybody can hang up on a robot.
But I'm saying even when it's a real person, sometimes you still have that delay.
That little patch through
yeah,
delay.
do you wait for it to come through, or do you hang up the second?
No.
there's a delay?
I'm saying that after the introduction by a human,
Yeah.
what's your sensibilities about a pure, untalked, just turn the phone off?
I don't do that, but I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I don't. Those
Do you say
people
no,
on
thank
the
you?
other. The people on the other side of the phone are humans with dignity. They deserve no respect for the job they're doing, though, and I
totally
shall
agree.
and I shall give them none. However,
And I always think they're used to being hung up on.
oh, absolutely.
So it's it's old hat for them.
The issue with hanging up on them is I can't get the line in that says, please remove me from the list.
Yep.
So I say hello. They say, as Bob from car dealership down the and I say, I don't have time right now. Please remove me from the list. Click. That is my go-to.
Now, what if they? I mean, a lot of them are trained to instantly follow up and overcome that obstacle.
I have never heard anything because I say that
and
from
then
a
you
distance.
you do the click.
I do the immediate click.
So you do say something, but then you click and you don't wait for a reply.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best bit.
And Mike doesn't answer at all.
Correct. I do not. But if I have answered and it's someone, if it's telemarketing, I'll do the either remove me from list. Sometimes it's hang up. But the best bit I can remember about this was Seinfeld and I think it was on Seinfeld where a telemarketer calls him up and he says, "Oh no, I can't actually talk right now. Can you give me your number and I will give you a call back?" And he's like, "Well, no, I can't do that. That's against policy." He's like, "Oh, so you don't want calls
when you're at home?" Yeah, you don't want calls from people when you're at home.
And it's like the job. I get it. You got to make money however you can make money, but in the list of jobs in humanity, telemarketing is just scum of the earth that no one likes it. It should not be around. And this, like, whatever happened to that national do not call registry? How are people not getting? Thought people were supposed to get punished if you were on that list and they called you.
They didn't really work out.
No, it did not.
But yeah, you're right. It's a job that I don't have respect for. If you go into that field as cold calling outbound, interrupt somebody.
Yes.
And that person has no choice in the matter.
Yeah, outbound.
Like if we had a choice, if every person had a button that was like, I will accept outbound cold calls or I won't, and everybody could choose that, I have more respect for your profession because you're calling people that have opted in.
Yeah.
Actually, you should all start with out.
Yes.
And then the four people on earth will opt into those.
I mean, and like you get
the
them
lonely people.
You get them at 8 p.m.
Oh, I got one at 8 in the morning the other day that
what?
just blew my mind.
Do you
Are you
think
kidding
that's
me?
why Owl answers? Is he lonely?
Maybe.
Oh.
Owl, is this?
What is your response when you talk to these spam people?
It's funny that because when he was saying that, I am the person that just hangs up on him. Only,
I am too.
Only because when I used to try to be polite and say I don't have time, they would always argue with me. So I just hang up. But
I do block them a lot of the times too. I will do the instant hang up and block, never say a word.
That does nothing. They change their phone number every
They
time
do
they call.
actually. Yeah, I got.
Yeah,
the
they
number.
got the spoof. Did you ever have any experience with? I think it's robocall,
Yeah, I went down that road.
where if you're not familiar with this, like
It's a great service.
It's an app and a service you can subscribe to where it will
String them along.
it will answer it, but it from a different phone number or whatever. It's cool tech, and then they have a set up voice recording that they play to those other people where they try to string the telemarketer along, and then later you can listen back to see if people actually try to talk to it. It's like, yes, that is what you deserve for that call.
One of the problems with the do not call registry is that a lot of the calls we get in telemarketing are international. They're sourced out of international countries. So there's no consequence for those places if they ignore those lists.
It's ridiculous.
But, Mike, you have an Is This Real Life story for
I do.
us.
So mine is more of the incredible nature. And
Did we even – hold on. Did we even get to the end of Jason's story?
I mean, so
yeah, did the guy get rescued?
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
the hiker was not rescued. The hiker
that was sad.
No, did not die. Finally found their way out after 24 hours.
That's why they weren't answering the calls, because they said, I'm going to do this myself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I want to tell you the tale of Joan Murray. Joan Murray, a 47-year-old bank executive, and she had gotten into skydiving. Okay?
Yeah, as one is known to do.
Yes, and had completed 35 jumps, which
It's not a lot, but it's not
yeah,
little.
You're not a professional by any means, but you know what you're doing. You could skydive. And so on one of her jumps, she goes out, chute does not deploy.
That's a problem.
And it's if you've ever
Her last jump.
if you've ever been skydiving without a parachute, look, so she pulls.
It's called sky jumping.
Thank you, Jason. It's called just jumping out of a plane. Pulls her reserve chute. Everything is going okay, but then at about 700 feet, or right above that, she starts spinning and doesn't have a reserve chute. The chute deflates, so she's just plummeting to the earth at around 80 miles an hour. Ongoers are looking on like
She should open a chute.
watching this tragedy that is about to unfold. Smash. She hits the ground.
What?
Like her body, you know, is just completely annihilated. There's no way she's going to survive this.
This is a very dark story.
Just hold on. She gets pulled into, like, recovered, go into the hospital, and she's still alive. And they're like, how is this possible? And then they notice that her body is covered in tiny little bite marks. So what happened, she fell into a fire ant mound, okay? And so the ants start attacking her. And the poison that the fire ants bite with was enough to stimulate her nervous system to keep her heart going.
What?
So that she was able to survive long enough. She was in a coma for a couple weeks, had like of course, a whole bunch of reconstructive surgeries and craziness, but was able to
survive jumping out of a plane because of fire ants?
Was able to walk, but she landed in a mound of fire ants that were attacking her, but actually kept her alive.
Whoa. Does that mean, like, we need a third layer to the chutes where, like, if the backup doesn't...
It just covers
you
in
fire ants. It just
an
lets
ant
them,
shield?
An ant shield. Just...
Release the ants on board!
Wow,
Bite us!
That is truly incredible.
But they released a venom known as solenopsin.
You should have not said it.
Well, but that's
amazing.
Give it a try. Solenopsin.
I am amazed that some people do survive long falls just miraculously. Like, I know I've always heard, not through fire ants, but I've heard that there's a handful of the skydivers that survive. But I always think that they crash through about 10 canopies worth of trees to break the fall.
This was just a splat.
Wow.
Which I guess there would have been dirt underneath because, you know, the fire ants.
Well, I feel like that was a pretty redeeming story, so I don't know if you need mine. But this one is just, you talk about good fortune. In your case, it was a woman who had the good fortune of falling onto fire ants that saved her life.
Which...
The rest of it still hurt. I mean, that hurt a lot.
Also, generally speaking, landing in a mound of fire ants, not fun.
No, but she had other concerns at the time.
They emit this poison.
Called
solenopsin.
Yep. That's it. Here it goes. I'm just going to paint this picture for you.
Yep.
Just by memory, you know. Go on.
There is a flight on the way going to Hawaii.
Okay.
And a woman on this flight gave birth prematurely to a baby she didn't know she was going to have.
Oh, my goodness.
She had no idea that she was pregnant. And there's a doctor on board that helped her with the delivery. And it just so happened that not only was there a OBGYN doctor on board, but 3 NICU nurses were on the same
my goodness.
flight.
Because, so like pretty forward premature, like
29 weeks.
Okay.
So
so need assistance.
She had no idea she was pregnant whatsoever. They did the whole, is there a doctor on board? Is there a doctor on board? And there's 3 separate NICU nurses also on board. They completely helped this lady give birth to the baby.
That's absurd.
Were they together? The
no.
nurse? This is just total separate strangers.
I know the doctor and the nurses were not together at all.
There was a big NICU conference.
That's the entire plane was full of NICU nurses.
It said they used shoelaces to tie the umbilical cord. They made baby warmers out of bottles that were microwaved, and at one point they used an Apple Watch to monitor the baby's heart rate because they did not have normal tools available for this baby. And baby and mother are completely fine.
Wow.
So didn't know you were pregnant. Then once you find that out, you end up with a whole team able to, I mean, that's luck.
At 30,000 feet.
At 30,000, on the way to Hawaii. No quick stops there to land. And the baby's fine and the mother's fine. So
wow.
That's pretty amazing.
That's a wild story.
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty.
A lot of flying stories today.
That's true.
And 2 of them.
What was that poison called again?
Poison. Solenopsin.
The Spitballers Draft.
We are drafting once again, and Jason has the first pick. We are drafting chocolate-based products. Everybody likes chocolate.
Chocolate-based food products, right? Or is it just chocolate-based products?
I want you to specify.
A sculpture.
I mean, I thought that was kind of built into the food descriptor.
Right.
Well, Jason had a real quick answer there with statues.
I don't
Sure,
think
it
there's
wouldn't have made
and
my
guess what?
list.
A chocolate statue, for the record, is edible and can be eaten.
Yeah,
and
that
is
is
food.
that
It's
is-
also food.
It is food because chocolate is
Chocolate.
food.
All right. You have the first pick. Lots to choose from.
I am disappointed
All right.
Oh no!
that I have the first pick because this might surprise you, might shock you. I'm not a huge chocolate fan.
I'm surprised.
I'm not anti. Are you shocked?
No, I was waiting for
Yeah.
it. I set him up.
I'm not anti-chocolate, but like chocolate. Well, we'll
You're not
say
a-
this when other products get brought
Not
up.
a chocoholic.
No, I am not.
I actually don't know any chocoholics either.
Like who can't not have chocolate.
Well, no, I mean, you kind of hear that idea that there are some people that
There
I
are
just
some,
love
yeah.
chocolate. Chocolate.
So I'm gonna take some.
You know what they're like.
Yeah, they're like chocolate. So I'm going to.
Are the Deucer any chocoholics over there?
My wife.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, so we know.
Do you
one.
get her chocolate? Is she welcome the chocolate gift then?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Go on, Jason.
All right. So with that
I'm
said,
shocked.
I'm going to take something that is a chocolate-based famous product, but is it's a baked good. I'm going to stick
Okay.
in my wheelhouse. I'm taking the chocolate chip cookie.
Okay, so yeah, that's
It's
a good pick.
It's a classic.
It's a
It's
good
warm,
chocolate
it's
pick.
gooey. It's fresh out the oven, and I am happy about the little chocolate chips in it.
Well, it
Look, the
doesn't-
problem that I have here is that I don't think that's your favorite chocolate product. I think you're pandering.
No.
I think you're trying to win the
That's fun-
chocolate draft.
It's funny because when you said that,
integrity in question.
no, when you said that, I was searching my own head. I thought you had something that I love a chocolate that I couldn't think of because I'm like I don't
you
know.
think a chocolate chip cookie's number one?
There's only one thing that I like probably more than that, but it's so specific. It's not the genre.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. No, look, chocolate chip cookie would have been
It's
my
a
first.
statue.
It would have been my first.
It's a statue. Not a lot of people get chocolate statues, so I felt like it was a little too specific, but that is my go-to. I mean, I guess you do get like chocolate statues when you get like
The
Easter
the
bunny. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think about.
yeah.
Not
No,
like a
look, I'm just
Napoleon?
bitter. I wanted the chocolate chip cookie. I thought it would get to me. I will say that my pick is something that does have a wide range of, and I guess a chocolate chip cookie, they're all pretty good, but there is, there's a great one, then there's mediocre ones. They're all pretty good. It's a lot of baked good in there. I will go with what I think there is a wide range of good and bad, but I will go with the chocolate brownie.
Oh, you rapscallion.
And I know it wouldn't make it back to me. I figured it was I thought Jason was going to go with it, but I think if you have a great chocolate brownie, you're like, man, I really do like brownies. Brownies are good.
I will say
I
that when
love
you have
brownies.
a really good chocolate brownie that isn't too much, but then has like the little chunks.
A little bit. Yeah, you can't have too many chunks.
No, it's hard to make a perfect brownie. When you've got one, it's great. But I actually don't like if there was a brownie and a chocolate chip cookie, I would definitely go the chocolate chip cookie. Brownies are too chocolate for me.
At lunch
tough
today,
decision.
you and I went chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
Mike went chocolate brownie.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Little did we know.
No regrets.
It looked bigger than what we got.
It was delicious.
Our
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookie was so tiny.
Yeah,
It was not fair to us.
it was not fair to us.
All right, go Mike.
So were you jealous of my brownie or just
I was just disappointed in the
The
cookie.
size
Okay.
too. Yeah,
all right?
yeah. Your brownie was huge.
All right. So we got cookie, brownie. I figured I was taking brownie here.
Yeah.
So we'll kick this thing off with the plain Jane over here that I am when it comes to chocolate ice cream, because it is
The worst.
It is so delicious.
Oh yeah, you love chocolate.
Oh
ice cream.
my goodness, I love chocolate ice cream.
But you don't love vanilla ice cream.
no, it's vanilla.
Oh my gosh, you're
There's
so
a
backwards.
There's a reason it's when something is plain and boring, it's vanilla.
It's funny though because I think in general, I mean, it must be what, a 10-to-1 ordering a vanilla versus chocolate if you're
Yes.
ordering a plain. Like if you go to one of those stands in the middle of the park and they go, and one of the ice cream guys there and he's like, I got chocolate or vanilla.
Or the swirl. It's mostly vanilla that's ordered, or
Correct.
maybe swirl.
Correct.
See,
Or maybe
I would have gone as chocolate. People buy vanilla because they want to cover it and get rid of the vanilla.
Oh, you cover chocolate too.
What, with more chocolate? Yeah. I
Do we have anybody here that would choose chocolate, like plain chocolate over plain vanilla?
I would.
Yeah, I'm on Team Mike on this. 100%.
Yeah, thank you. You've been outnumbered.
by the deucers. Wow.
Yeah.
Just
oh,
saying,
they like the brown one. Go figure. The
you're over here.
deucers.
It's definitely 10-1, and we have 5 people in this room, and it's 3-2.
I don't.
It's fair. I mean, it's a fair critique of my
it's
statement.
a small sample size here.
I'll take a poll right now on Twitter
All right.
while this is going on.
All right, excellent.
I don't like chocolate ice cream. Like if there was a bowl of chocolate ice cream in front of me, you know how usually I'd be like, well, I don't like it. I'm going to eat it. I don't think I'd eat it.
Really?
Yeah.
But if it's just plain vanilla, you will eat that.
Yeah, because it's way better.
Were you going to say slurp that down?
I wasn't, but I will.
Now, I would prefer it to be like dark chocolate ice cream, but that's
Grosser.
oh man, so good. And then
I got the poll out. I'll let you know how it goes.
excellent. We need some real-time results over here. And then I will follow it up with just a classic. Let's go with the chocolate cake.
I'm sad that you took it because I would have definitely taken it.
I will trade you cake for brownie.
So through the first 70 votes that just went up, it's 52-47 vanilla. So certainly not 10-1.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm going to win.
But we're winning.
But we're winning barely.
Out of how many results?
70 so far. We'll get a lot more in a minute. I'll keep you posted. So Jason went with chocolate chip cookie. I went with a brownie. Mike went with chocolate ice cream, chocolate cake. It's back to me, and this is tough because
the powerhouses are gone.
look, I think it's underrated for adults, and so I'm going to go with chocolate milk.
Oh, darn it. That's the only appropriate response for being upset that someone took your chocolate milk.
I can't tell you. I cannot tell you the last time I had chocolate milk.
You're doing yourself a huge disservice, especially for a chocolate ice cream lover.
No, because the chocolate milk, I haven't had it in 30-plus years.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate milk is something that for some reason we don't make often as adults because it doesn't come prepackaged in your little cafeteria lunch tray. But if you made it, you would love yourself for it.
I think the problem with chocolate
262 votes in,
Okay.
53-46.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. I think part of the problem
47.
with chocolate milk is like, you know what I really need to wash this down? Some milk.
No, you're quenched with chocolate milk.
No,
You're quenched. You're
It
quenched,
says-
baby.
You can't. You have no ground to stand on. You haven't had it in 30 years.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're not an authority on chocolate milk.
Listen.
Last time you had it, you didn't even have a beard hair on your face.
Mike, you enjoy.
I may have had sideburns.
You enjoy chocolate.
I got my sideburns early.
Well, that's what you get first.
If you go to the store and you buy the pre-mixed, you get the gallon jug of chocolate milk. Just grab it and bring it home.
Okay.
And pour yourself a little bit, and you'll be like, "Oh,
Will
dang!"
you do that for us, Mike?
I might.
Because your kids will enjoy it too.
Oh, my children would love it. The problem is the man who's telling me to drink chocolate milk also loves Yoo-Hoo.
Jason.
And you
Guilty as charged.
This poll's
You-
starting to get out of control.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
600 plus votes in, 57.4 to 42.6 vanilla.
Oh, let's go.
I got to look at the wording
needed to
of
get
this
it to-
poll.
I thought it was pretty fair
Here's
with
the
it.
wording. If you had to choose to eat plain ice cream, which would you choose to have a bowl of? Vanilla,
Okay.
chocolate.
I will allow
Yeah,
it.
that's fair. Oh, 60, 30,
60-40.
39.6.
I gotta vote. I got to vote.
All right, so chocolate milk, Mike. I think you should do yourself a before you turn 40, have yourself another glass of chocolate milk.
You'll love
Okay.
it.
It's a good time.
But if you get the pre-mixed strawberry, it's even better.
Oh, gosh.
So-
Disgusting.
No, it's so
Oh,
good.
the strawberry milk is – I will draw a hard line in the
I'm
sand.
with you on that one.
It
No,
looks
if you get the
Honestly, I don't like
Strawberry
people that
milk is great.
Get
I
the
don't
one in
like
the
people
glass
that like
bottle.
strawberry ice cream. Frankly, I think those people are psychos.
What?
that look,
Oh my gosh,
I
it's
can
so
allow-
60.3 to 39.7.
the
sounds like 10 to 1 to me.
thought like strawberry milk looks so foul.
Yeah, because it looks like you left out some cereal milk.
Oh, just.
But anyways, go
You know
on.
what?
You can't draft strawberry milk, so go on with your
Yeah,
two picks.
Unfortunately. All right, so I was contemplating taking both chocolate milk because I got two picks: chocolate milk and hot chocolate at the same turn here. I obviously cannot do that, but hot chocolate is in. I was worried about having 2 drinks.
Okay.
But since I'm not a huge chocolate guy, I'm trying to think of what are the specific chocolate things that I actually enjoy. And I love a good hot chocolate. If it's the Christmas season, it's good because just so you know, people, we're in Arizona. It is only cold during Christmas season.
Yes.
That is it. We have about a 3-week window of chilliness where you could drink hot drinks.
I was hoping that would come back to me because hot chocolate, delicious. and it's really not that different.
Cold chocolate milk, that is.
It's just, it seems so different. Right? I mean,
No.
it's hot chocolate. Well, it's different enough that it's like when you wouldn't say, I want some hot chocolate milk. No, I want hot chocolate.
That's
Because
it
they're
is
different.
It is different.
A lot of people make hot chocolate with just water.
Yeah, there is also drinking chocolate. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah, which is
experienced
just
that.
another way of expressing hot chocolate.
Well, no, drinking chocolate is like legit just melted down candy bars.
liquid chocolate.
Yeah.
so you're
that's too
taking
much.
you're taking hot chocolate?
I'm taking hot chocolate.
That's a good pick.
And then for my next one, I'm going to go with, look, this is a chocolate products draft. And so when I think of that,
Uh-oh.
it's a classic. I get variety, and it's fun. It's more about the experience. I don't love all of them in the box, but when you get a box of chocolates,
Oh, okay.
you get to play around. You get a bunch of different flavors, a bunch of different things. I'm
Okay.
taking a classic box of chocolates. It's sorted.
Is that a box of chocolates or a box of chocolates?
It's got an F in there. Box of chocolates.
Look,
All right,
you could
we'll give it an
apostrophe
F.
if you want.
Well, I'm glad you didn't take what my next pick is. Look, it's Nutella.
Okay.
It's a chocolate hazelnut spread. It's delicious. It belongs on everything that exists. You should put it on everything. It's that good.
It's very good.
I don't know what they. It's the equivalent.
Whoa, Jason is.
It's like what
shaking his head.
Oreo did, right? They made the
Yeah.
chocolate cookie, and it's got its distinct Oreo taste, and it's
Yes.
just one. There isn't another taste like Nutella.
Yeah. It's not
Really?
that good. Yeah,
You're
I'm
not in.
I'm not a huge hazelnut fan. So between my not desperate love for chocolate and my, I think, dislike of hazelnut, it just doesn't do it for me.
So do you side with
hazelnut.
Jason and his hazelnut dislike, or the 54% of global sales on all chocolate spreads worth $2.3 billion Nutella?
All chocolate spreads. What? That is a very honestly. If you told me chocolate spreads, I would assume it's 100%. What are the other chocolate
I should have
spreads?
stuck with the 2.3 billion. You like Nutella though, right, Mike?
Oh yeah.
I think everybody likes Nutella. My family loves Nutella.
Old Tella.
I get it.
All right, Mike, it's back to you.
All right. So let's see. I got cake. I got ice cream. I am gonna go. I'm gonna balance. I'll balance it out a little bit. So I'm gonna go with chocolate cereals. Chocolate
Okay.
cereals. Give me like some Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah, you like the Cocoa Puffs?
I will do the Cocoa
You'll
Puffs.
puff it out?
I will go with Cocoa Puffs. Jason's eyes made
I didn't have that on my list, and I love cereal.
I added it as you were talking because I thought you were going to take it.
Oh, when I said box.
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, chocolate-based cereals. That's delicious.
That is good.
That's a super. I didn't have it on my list either, and I'm dumb.
Like I
Cocoa
prefer
Krispies
the,
are-
Cocoa. I'll take Krispies over the Puffs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Puffs over crisp.
And where is Count Chocula in all this?
He's never visited my bowl.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Wait, you didn't do
I've
like
never
you
had.
didn't do like the Count or
No.
the Boo Berry.
No, my
And there
parents
was
were not.
There was one more.
There might have been an imitation one that they sold in the big bags that I got, but I didn't get any of those.
What was the
named.
third one? Does someone vet this? 'Cause
Is
there
this
was,
with the Cookie Crisp too?
no. There was like these 3 monster cereals.
Yummy Mummy.
Frankenberry.
Frankenberry.
And Yummy Mummy.
There's 4.
Yep.
What is Yummy Mummy?
I don't know.
Well, you're looking at it.
It says fruity Yummy Mummy. There's Boo Berry, Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Yummy Mummy.
Can you say that one more time?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
So you got one more pick there.
Yeah, so I got one more pick, so I'm going to take – so I got the chocolate cereals, and I really wanted to get hot chocolate. And
delicious. You should have drafted that.
I should have. Whatever. It's basically chocolate ice cream, but it's just served a little bit different. I will take chocolate milkshakes
Oh, yeah.
because I would actually take a chocolate milkshake over standard chocolate ice cream.
It's very different. You can't drink ice cream.
Exactly. Well, after a
I
while,
mean, that's
you can.
drinking ice cream.
Yeah.
Well, it's made in a method that can.
Do you think that if you could go back in time, though, do you think you would take the very different out of the sentence? Maybe just say slightly different?
Did I say very different?
You did say very different.
I won't say slightly. I'll just say that they're different.
Okay.
Because they are. You
They're
can't put
different the way
I mean,
that
if-
hot chocolate and chocolate milk are different.
Yeah, it's like microwave changes it.
So wait, well, I think we figured this out because I like the chocolate drink.
I
when
just
it's,
if I could have taken a chocolate milkshake, I would have done it.
Well,
I
you
did.
should've-
I didn't know.
You
I have
should've done
both
it.
on my list.
You can take the worst version of the shake if you want, and we can have that discussion. So I like the chocolate very hot, the hot chocolate, and I like it very cold because I like the milkshake,
Right.
but I don't like it just
Chill.
fridge cold.
So we 6 out of 10 prefer vanilla.
Okay.
6 out of 10 after over 2,000 votes. So
Definitive research done.
I stand. I
Oh, no,
a
I'll
little bit more respect for chocolate out there than I think it deserves. All right, so you went
6
with
out of 10,
chocolate
all right.
milkshake,
Yes.
and we're fine with this. Multiple ice cream picks of the exact same thing. We're good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I should have known. I should never ask Al if it's a Mike thing. Brownie, chocolate milk, Nutella. I will go with chocolate fondue.
No! Grr!
just turned into a pirate.
Your reactions to my picks today are outstanding.
Yeah, you've really surprised me here.
You didn't see chocolate fondue coming?
I did not. That was my clear
you-
last pick. I'm running low here on
Because you
options.
chocolate fondue don't get to pick it.
Oh,
what do you
very
got?
nice.
What do you
Well,
got?
I am not in.
Oh, man.
Come on,
I'm not in
man.
on fondue.
You don't want to dip stuff into chocolate?
No, actually, I really don't.
Golly,
so
this is the
good.
guy you side with on everything.
Oh.
Al,
It's so good.
the guy who doesn't like chocolate
So
fondue.
what's your favorite go-to in the dip?
I like the little tiny Rice Krispie
Oh,
treat
yeah.
cubes. They cube up like Rice Krispie treats. You dip
Any
that
baked product is better than any fruit product in a fondue, but I will go to the fruit after I'm out of baked.
Oh yeah.
What about
strawberries?
what about
good.
like pretzels?
No, you don't do pretzels. Go in the cheese. You go desserts.
There's
into desserts.
chocolate covered pretzels.
Yes, but I'm just saying at a fondue place, I've never had pretzels delivered with
Okay.
fondue there, or with chocolate.
Pretzels are good with chocolate.
Marshmallows are good.
Marshmallows. Yeah, I
Graham-
mean, pretty
graham
much
crackers.
anything dipped in chocolate at all is better having been dipped in it.
So that's where my problem with chocolate is. I need it by itself. I need the chocolate to stand alone.
Let me see. You had chocolate ice cream by itself, chocolate
Yep.
cake, sure, by itself,
Yep.
chocolate cereals.
Mhm.
I mean, you're mixing them with
Yeah, with some-
vanilla milk, but whatever.
Vanilla milk.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's different, bro. Milk is not vanilla. They do make vanilla milk, which is disgusting.
you don't consider milk to be kind of vanilla-y?
Oh no, because
no.
vanilla is actually a flavor called vanilla.
Milk is
No,
milk.
I'm aware. I'm aware of where you're going.
Like
I'm
a-
just examining it in my brain.
If you're getting a soy or a cashew, like if you're getting a non-dairy, then it's probably vanilla to mask the.
Not necessarily.
Well, they'll say it on there.
Yeah, the
be-
almond milk comes by itself or vanilla almond.
Yeah.
right, because they're like, we got it.
This
I guess
tastes
I
bad.
just-
do something
I
about
guess when I
this.
glance milk's direction, I see a little vanilla in there.
Wow.
You
You're
just
wrong.
love vanilla.
I think I do.
He is a big vanilla ice cream guy.
Yeah, I'll eat the heck out of that. All right.
Okay, well,
so wrap it up there, not fondue boy.
yeah, I wanted fondue. I feel like, ironically, this is more like placating to the draft, but it's kind of what's left on my list. I'm going to go like chocolate candy bars. Chocolate bars are great. So, you know.
Are they though?
Yes.
Like
so
a plain chocolate, like a
like
Hershey's bar?
a Nestle
Oh.
Crunch bar.
Nestle Crunch bar is legit.
Yeah, that's
Why is it that a little crunch makes that such? It's got to be the
huge.
taste.
It's a huge difference because a Hershey bar is. I don't need it. Like, are you in on like a Hershey
No,
Kiss?
you're Mr. Plain Chocolate. You should be in on that.
No, I'm
you
not.
should.
I
But
do like Hershey's Kisses, but I don't want to
Really?
do it in OG. I got to have the the white chocolate swirl one,
Oh, the
or the dark chocolate one. Yeah, the Hugs. I
So
could eat
good.
them for days.
There are really good, like Dove and Symphony make really good plain chocolate bars. I would not default. The only chocolate bar that I would buy that is like plain chocolate of my own, like, oh, I'm choosing that, would be the Nestle Crunch bar because that is
Okay.
outstanding. Usually I would prefer Like what I said earlier, now that the draft is over, my favorite chocolate anything is like a Reese's cup.
Of course.
Chocolate peanut butter. I mean, that's the winner.
The only thing I had left on my entire list, no, I had two things. Chocolate syrup was on my list.
Yep.
Which I still sucker for. I don't know if it's because of childhood and loving chocolate syrup, because you make milk out of it, you put it on your ice cream.
I say, yeah, you got to cover up the vanilla.
Sure. That's. I mean, or accentuate it, whatever. The other one was something this one is my chocolate milk equivalent that I haven't had in 30 years really, but used to make it all the time on the stove. My mom used to make it.
Pudding?
Chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Which
I haven't had pudding since like going to a buffet with my grandfather. That's how I equate pudding with that. Like you're going to Luby's, so you get some chocolate pudding.
And people you'd put the saran wrap over the top.
Yeah, and then it gets
so that way you don't get that.
Oh, that
if you don't,
okay,
you put the saran wrap to not get the fit, like the
skin?
what do they call the skin?
Oh, the skin.
My dad loved it. He'd eat all the skin off of our
that is
pudding.
so
What?
gross. Oh,
Honestly,
man.
when you talked about cooking, your pudding, I'm like, they just sell like
yeah,
pudding in
they
cups.
Didn't,
so you
used to make it. It was better that way.
No.
The skin
Yeah, it was
on the
much better.
pudding is so off-putting.
Oh, yes. That was fantastic. I mean, yes.
Thank you.
Final thing I'll do here.
I also do you have another
Oh
thing on your
no,
list?
you guys go ahead.
Yeah,
and then I have a poll.
I had chocolate mousse, which
Too much chocolate? Go on.
I guess you could have gone fudge too.
That was what was left on my list was hot fudge.
and s'mores is on my list.
What about cold fudge? I'm talking about like fudge.
Oh, that's
Not hot
very
fudge.
good. I was thinking I was thinking hot fudge like on a Sunday.
What about Super Fudge the book?
I
I've
haven't
never
read
heard
it.
of that.
You didn't what? You didn't have a Super
Was it on
Fudge?
cable?
No, this would have been in the elementary school.
No, he's a cable book subscription.
I believe it's Judy Bloom, if
I don't
memory serves. Now I gotta research.
Give me the order right quick before we.
Well, now I'm looking up
Before we
Super
end
Fudge by Judy Bloom. Blam.
Judy Bloom Blam?
White, dark, milk. Put them in order.
That's
Milk white dark.
Milk, white, dark for Jason.
dark. Just stop.
White, dark,
Oh, so
milk.
White chocolate is so
Oh.
great, but by itself entirely can be a little too much.
I agree with that. Yeah, although the what is it? The cookies and cream bar by Hershey's.
Yes.
It's just the white chocolate with the cookie pieces in it.
Yeah. I'm going to have some chocolate
Something
today.
to write home about.
What did we learn today?
Well, I learned that Jason really wanted chocolate milk in this draft and had a very childlike response to me taking it.
Yeah, well, it's because it's a childlike drink. I learned that
Yoo-hoo.
scientists need to get on to changing things once it's in my stomach, because then I could eat anything I want.
That's pretty good.
And I learned that a chocolate-based product can include a statue.
I'd eat a statue.
Heck yeah. If there was a statue that was edible, it's just an upgrade.
What if it was a really big one and everyone just took one bite when they walked by?
I'd pass.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.